Here are in 1.3 algebraic expressions. Make sure you write down your heading. For the first two problems, we're going to talk about how to write an algebraic expression with words. So here it says 7 fewer than a number t. Now, when I'm talking about subtraction, fewer than would be a subtraction. You have to be very careful of what number comes first because 7 minus t is different than t minus 7. In this case, since it says 7 fewer than, so you're taking t away from 7, the expression would look like that. The next problem says 2 times the sum. Right here it has times and sum right next to each other. That means it's going to be 2 times the sum of a plus b. Whenever you have two algebraic terms right next to each other, typically means that it's doing the multiplying or dividing by the whole expression. So those are two expressions that can be formed with words. Here you get to write an algebraic expression. You start with $20, so the $20 does not change. So I'm going to write down 20 right away because that will not change. Each week you save $6, so you're adding to the 20. And each week, let's say, is modeled by an X, you're adding 6. So this is what the algebraic expression would look like. Try to attempt the next problem by yourself. So my next expression would be 150 minus 2x. Again, the 150 does not change. It's starting at that. But you're spending, so that means you should be subtracting $2 each day. So x would be modeling the days. Here you're going to evaluate. Evaluate means you're going to have a number as an answer. And it's saying plug -4 in for A and 5 in for B. Now when you're doing this and you're showing work, you should always be showing work. You should put whatever numbers you are plugging into any variables in parentheses. So it would look like this. Now, you can either do this in your head or else once you have this written out right here, you can plug this exact thing into your calculator to get your answer. And your answer would be 15. Try to attempt this next problem by yourself. So this is what it would look like if you were to write it out. Again, this would be showing your work for this problem. And then if you were to plug this into your calculator, you would get 3/4 out. Again, you would plug this exact thing into your calculator. Right now, you should pause the video and read the problem. First, it's telling you, in case if you don't know the rules of football, what everything is worth. So I want you to figure out how many total points a football team scores. If they have 3 touchdowns, so it would be 3 times 6, because each touchdown's worth 6. And they have 2 extra points, and each extra point is worth 1. And 4 field goals, and 4 field goals is worth 3. And I should see this on your paper if this were given on the test, because that's showing your work. Once you have that, you can plug it into your calculator and get 32 points. Whenever you have a word problem, you should always have whatever you're talking about. So in this case, it's points. What else can we do with algebraic expressions? We can simplify. In this problem, there's no equal sign, so we cannot solve or evaluate. We're going to simplify. So simplifying is looking for like terms. So here is an x squared. So I'm going to box in anything that has an x squared. Here's also an x squared. If you notice, I make sure to also box in the negative. Subtraction is negative. I have to make sure to include that. And then I have an y squared and y squared. So if I combine these like terms, I just look at the coefficients. So my 7 and my -4, which would leave me with 3x squared. And for my y's, I have a +3 and a +2. So that add those together and you get 5y squared. As you can see, the variable did not change. X squared stayed the exact same. So if you look at the second problem, I want you to combine like terms. But first, you have to distribute the number out in front. Remember, if a negative is out in front, that's just like a -1. And you should have gotten these as your like terms. So I have a -3k and a +2k. That's going to leave me with a -1k. You don't have to have the 1 out in front. You can if you want. And my m's, I have a negative m and a negative 8m. That would give me a negative 9m. So this would be my final answer. And that is all I have for algebraic expressions. Make sure you took good notes. Hey, you have a great day, all right?